Oh my gosh. Honestly. Okay. Yeah. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Minecraft stream. Um, Last time I was working on Industrial Avenue. Is my game bugged? I was working on Industrial Avenue last time, and for some reason my fucking skin is broken. I don't know what happened. But I was working on Industrial Avenue last time, and I can't remember what I said I was going to do next episode, but what I have done in the past few days is in the sparing amounts of time I've had to play, I ended up designing a building for my storage. It's not running. That's the thing. Start the damn game. But I've designed a building for my storage after a lot of stressing over what the design would be like. I ended up with something sort of similar to my last world. If you've watched any of my I don't know why it does this. If you watched my season 1, then you would know what um my other storage looks like. Assuming you watched like later into the series, of course, because that was near the end, I think, or at least in the latter half of the episodes. But it looks sort of similar to it. There's a few differences, obviously, in the visuals of it. Not only in just the blocks used. I incorporate a lot of copper into it because I'm going to use copper golems to sort my stuff, at least partially. And I use tough bricks as well. Not because they are associated with copper, but because they make it feel more like a warehouse, I guess. Because I couldn't just do like the wood here again, because it's not finished, but this is supposed to be like a warehouse, and I think if I used more wood here than stone, it would look weird. But this is the design I settled on. Pretty decent looking. 3 big pillars here. I actually utilized the new shelves as well, which I have never used before, but I think they look really good on this. And of course, all my other techniques like with the wood. But yeah, this is what the inside looks like. So the top part of it's going to be bulk storage. So I have like, I think wood, stone, dirt, all that stuff's going to be stored up here, where I have a lot of storage. If I were to start with copper golems, it would take forever, because I'd be throwing like 80 stacks of dirt into a chest, and so it wouldn't be like, it would take a long time for them to sort it out. That will be delegated to like smaller amounts of items like ores. But yeah, all this is going to be bulk. I incorporated a little bit of copper up here too, of course, because I'm using copper golems as kind of a big theme of the build, so I kind of want to try to make it look like there's actual more copper, there's more copper, because I think this actually looks pretty nice, and the copper bulbs, of course. And there's a little upstairs part too, which has copper floors. Now, will you place item frames in the chest? I think for these specifically, since this is going to be bulk storage, what I'll probably do is for like specific items. So like if I had a chest for wood planks, I'll put planks down here, and then these 4 chests will be for planks or other stuff. And same with like logs or whatever else. Or I could put item frames up here on the stairs. I'd have to tweak this design a bit though, because the slabs block it. Plus it's kind of weird looking all the way up there and seeing them. So I'll probably just put them on the floor, put item frames on the floor, or just replace these blocks with the blocks themselves. Now for the copper golem section, of course, I will use item frames, because this design allows you to use them pretty easily. So copper golems are pretty easy to set up. This guy has a chest right here, and you throw the stuff in here. So if I threw like, I don't have anything I can give him, but there's stuff in these chests already. So he'll look in this chest for the stuff, and if it's in one of these chests, he'll put it here. And if it's not, he'll put it in this chest, which will filter down into this copper chest, which this guy will sort out into these 9 chests. And if it's not in any of these chests, it'll go into this chest, and then this is like the extra stuff. Like for some reason the coal ended up here. I don't really know why. I think it might have been caught. It might have been caught by something else. I don't know. But besides that, in the middle here, I have a bubble elevator, which is going to go down to the 2nd floor where the copper golems are going to be. I haven't designed that yet because I was worried that I wouldn't be able to do it, or I didn't want to spend all the time digging out an area below it just to do it in creative mode, because I'm going to do it in survival. So my plan is to have like 4 of these on the bottom floor, where I'll have a lot of storage, and I can just throw stuff in here and it'll sort everything out for me. So I plan to have 4 of them, kind of in the same layout as these 4 sections, except maybe a little bit wider or maybe less wide. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. And then the bubble elevator will go down and take me down. Not only because it's efficient and it's cool, but it does look really good. I think that fits in really well into the build itself. I'm really happy with how this turned out. But yeah. This one doesn't go all the way up to the roof, because if it did, then it would be almost impossible for me to get out and get at this level instead. So to get up to the roof layer, I'm going to just put a ladder like in these 4 corners. But as you've noticed, this will take a lot of copper, and if I want it to stay how it's looking, I'm going to need to get wax copper. Luckily for me, Trial Chambers used wax copper everywhere, so if I wanted to get all the copper for this, it's either getting it from a trial chamber or get a bunch of bees and wax all the copper myself. And I don't know about you, but I think I'd rather do the former, which would take a lot less setup and time, because I've already raided a trial chamber before. I just need to go there and then break all the copper blocks that were there. I'll have to fight more mobs though too, because there's gonna be more mobs that are gonna spawn. But yeah, I also use the shelves up here too. Man, these look really nice. I really like the shelves. I should use them more. But yeah, that's kind of it. I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna build this building. This is only part 1. I have 3 hours just about, but I know this is gonna take me a lot longer to build than 3 hours. Just simply because of the materials. Like, I'm gonna have to farm a lot of tuff, a lot of copper from the trial chamber, and a lot of dark oak logs. Now, I'm glad that I decided to use copper up here, because if I didn't, I'd be getting a lot more logs. But I'm still gonna need to harvest a shit ton of them, regardless. I'm also gonna need some stone for the floor in here, which isn't finalized, but it's probably gonna be something similar to this. Probably something similar to this road over here. But I'm basically going to be spending most of this episode just grabbing materials and then maybe starting with the frame. But the next episode's going to have to be working on it. Ideally 2 parts if I get another 4 hours, but realistically, yeah, we need to grab a lot more stuff too. But realistically, it's going to be like 3 parts. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're going to get started now, because if I don't get started now, then, well, actually, before we do that, I'm going to show you one of the old designs. Initially I was trying to incorporate like a copper golem's face into the thing. And while it doesn't look bad necessarily, I didn't realize that building a copper chest for the logo would just be easier. And it makes just as much sense. Even more so, because obviously, if you look at this, you're going to be able to tell, yeah, this is a copper chest. You look at this, you're going to be like, what is that? You know? That's kind of what I wanted it to be like, because you can tell this is a chest. But you can't really tell what that is. And I didn't really have a plan for how this is going to go. This is just a failed design. I think I was going to do like 4 sections with a bunch of bulk storage here, which isn't a bad design, but it's exactly the same as my other one, just shorter. So I'm glad I changed it. But yeah, that's one of the failed designs. There's another one on my PlayStation I have, but I'm not going to get on to show you guys that, because I don't think I can. But we're back. We're going into the world now. Yeah. You know, I've made a lot of clips of my last world in season 1, but I haven't done really many for this world at all, or any at all, I think. And I think the reason for that is because I realized with the last world that Minecraft clips, unless it's something crazy, I don't think any of them are that interesting. Like, I found skeleton horses as one of them, but like, realistically, no one's gonna watch those. I mean, I don't really care if they watch them. It's more or less just about getting consistent with uploading. But for me personally, I'm a bit lazy. I'd rather just wait for interesting stuff to happen than clip that, if anything. Or I'll just do like a world tour video at like 500 days. I think that's what I'll do, is when I get to day 500, I'll do like a tour of my world and post it to TikTok and YouTube. So I think by that point I should have enough already to justify that. Another great thing about building with storage now is that I can get all of these copper golems. finally have some peace and quiet around here. Hopefully. But yeah. I'm gonna have to move everything down to the new storage anyways, so I'd rather just get all this storing done now. I mean, I'm already at a point where they're just sorting it all out for me because I'm too lazy to do it. Well, I'm sorting everything myself because I'm just too lazy. So I'd rather just do it now. Okay. So we're gonna start with arguably the more fun thing, which is going to be getting all the copper blocks. Luckily for me, I'm only gonna need like 350 or 400 copper, which isn't actually that much. It sounds like a lot, but it really isn't that bad. Like realistically, I should be able to get that much copper from the trial chamber pretty quickly. Ideally, that's how much I can get. But we're just gonna have to head over there really fast and do the raid or whatever. Which we'll do in a minute here. So we'll get that done. Get out of the way. It's something at least a little bit fun, because outside of the copper, it's just gonna be mining. That's pretty much all it's gonna be. It's gonna be so fucking boring. But it's a good thing that I have this much time to do this though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open this stream up on my other phone, so I can put a video on my I'm opening up on my old phone, I should say. And then I'm going to put. I change my volume. And then I'm going to put a video on my new phone. I have 23 viewers. No, I do not. Ain't no way. I seriously said I had 23 viewers. I do not have 23 viewers. What a lie. It'd be crazy if I did though. Anyways. But we are going to go to that trial chamber now. I don't really know. I've seen a lot of, hell yeah. One of the shows I keep up with actively is The Boys, and I've been seeing some videos on YouTube recently that are like, saying that after season 1 the show gets bad or gets worse. And I will say that as far as it goes, I feel like a lot of the characters survive somehow. Like, it doesn't feel right that when you have characters as ruthless as Homelander, some characters just somehow survive every situation they have with him. Like, I could understand the fight with like Soldier Boy and stuff because they all had superpowers at that point, and there was 3 of them, so it made sense. But like so many other times, gosh, Better Call Saul, nice man, it's a great show. Breaking Bad, the entire Breaking Bad like series and then the side shows along with it are just some of the best pieces of media. I watched Breaking Bad kind of knowing some of the stuff that happened already, but I still had such a good time. It was so engaging. That's kind of the sad part, is that like if you didn't watch Breaking Bad as it was coming out, you'd probably by this point be spoiled for a good chunk of like the biggest moments. Hi Scarlett. Okay. There's my horse. Should probably make more food. This is Scarlett, everyone. This is my girlfriend's sister. PZ Yorn Enjoyer says hello. PZ Yorn Enjoyer. I think it's supposed to be Yeezy. PORN Enjoyer. I don't want to. Ha. Yuck! Right? Gross. It's kind of funny though. Unfortunately, it's kind of funny.
Why does she look depressed?
Wow, that's messed up.
Well, I just got done.
Whoa.
It's just locked in on homework, so.
Yeah, she is. You can craft saddle, yeah. Monogamer's not here at the moment. I haven't streamed for like 4 days. I've been kind of busy with school. There's 3 right now. If you go to my page, it says there's 23, but that's just not true. Simply false. Later, Tater. Drive safe. See you Thursday. Yeah, you can craft saddles. I don't have a crafting table near me, but it's like 3 leather and a piece of iron, I think. I'm really glad that they added that feature. I feel like saddles were like they weren't that. They feel like saddles weren't that hard to find, but at the same time they kind of were. You know, like you could find them in so many places, but at the same time you could just get unlucky and not. Shout out Andre De La Cruz. Shout out to Andre De La Cruz. I don't know who that is, but he sounds like a pretty chill dude. Unless he's like some convicted sex offender, and I just shouted out a sex offender. That don't take this with the context. If someone's gonna clip that, put this part into, assuming that he is a pedophile or something. Juan Carlos is back. What's up, Juan Carlos? I saw you last time. You're still commenting those emojis. You are confusing me, man. Are you even a real person? You might be. I think I only remember you, Juan Carlos, because of all the emojis you're using. I said I was gonna go to the trial chamber first, but I wanted to let my food smelt before I did that, cause yeah, I need to get some baked potatoes before I go do the trial chamber raid, cause I need to put mending on my armor. I bet I could probably do that really quick. You know, I'm gonna do that before I go. Actually, I'm gonna go slap mending on everything. Actually, no, I won't, because I don't have enough. I simply don't have enough mending books to do that. So I think I'm just gonna repair all of them with a diamond, because I'm gonna have to fight some mobs. Juan Carlos, if you need help, type in 4 heart emojis. If you need help. If you're in danger. Are you trying to speak to me in like in emojis? He hasn't said anything yet. I'm Mexican, I was born here in the States. Oh! Okay. Well, why are you just spamming emojis? Do you not speak much English? I don't speak much Spanish either. I took like 1 Spanish class in college. I probably should have continued learning Spanish, but I'm glad to see you back though. Even though most of what you type is just emojis. I mean, it's okay. I speak English. I was born here in the United States. Oh, okay. Okay. What's up with all the emojis then? Like, do you just like the emojis? There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with that. Emojis are a little fun. I'm gonna just repair my armor before I leave. I'm just gonna grab some diamonds, put like 1 or 2 on each. I like English. Yeah, yeah, I like emojis. This is funny. Hehe. That's a great. I like that comment a lot. Actually, that's really funny. But yeah. I'm glad to see you back though. I remember you from one of the other streams. I think it was last time. I don't know. The days just kind of blend together for me, so kind of forget everything. Unfortunately. I've not been to Mexico, but I'd like to one day. I think that would be nice. My girlfriend is Hispanic. I don't think she's Mexican, but she's some sort of Hispanic, and I think she said she wanted to go there before. She's mainly Filipino though. I'd like to go to the I'd like to visit a lot of places in the world. There's a lot of places I want to go to. I don't think I'll be able to go to everywhere in my lifetime, but I at least want to go out of the country once or twice. I think Mexico would be a great place to go to. Where did you come from? God, that was scary. Thinking baby zombie. I'm gonna just chop. I did Mexican sandwiches. There's Chris Kell's hotel. Oh, I feel like I don't know. That reminds me of something I saw like back in high school. I don't know why. There's like this one guy. Somebody, I think it was somebody feed Phil. He went to like Chile and got sandwiches there or something. I think. I don't know why that reminded me of that. It's a memory I had stored in the back of my head. For some reason. Maybe I knew back then I was gonna come up with this today. Chris Kell's hotel. Is that in Mexico City or is that like in another part? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Did I already plant a tree here and it grew? Or did I just not chop this one down yet? I want to say I just haven't chopped it down yet, but I don't know. You know, I was watching a video. I was listening. No, I shouldn't say watching. I was listening to a video the other day at work about Minecraft Bedrock Edition and how it has like a lot of problems. And it was actually by IBX Toy Cat. I mean, I like tacos, but I don't know if I've had like authentic Mexican tacos. There's a lot of Mexican restaurants where I live at, so actually had some food from one of them today. But there's a lot of Mexican restaurants where I live. It's like 6, I'm not even joking, like 6 or 7 of them. I'm dead serious. It's a funny number, but like, there is like that many. And I've had food from most of them. I quite like it, but I've never had. I'm not sure if I've had authentic Mexican tacos by that logic though. I don't know how authentic they are. That's the only problem. Velvet, you're back. Where have you been, man? I haven't seen you forever. Yes, it is me, in the flesh. I've always found that to be like a weird statement, in the flesh. Just kind of an odd word to use. I am from the United States, but more specifically, California. Not from like, you like Donald Trump, you like Donald Trump. I mean, I'm not a fan really. I don't really want to talk politics, but if you want my short answer, I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. But I don't want to get too political, so I'm not going to explain why. It's just an opinion I have. Your Wi-Fi's laggy. I can tell you typed the same thing twice. It's messed up, dude. 3 times now. Jesus. Must be some really bad Wi-Fi. I was actually playing with my friend Austin earlier, and his Wi-Fi is absolute garbo. He hasn't had Wi-Fi for so long, and so this is like the first day in a long time he's been able to play. And his internet was still really bad. What do you mean, dude? What is this? Whoa, Walter, get that out of here, man. Do you like clowns? Wait, were you asking why, like, I don't like Donald Trump? Or did you just say why? Was that like a misinput? Hold on. You know what? I would remove that comment, Walter, but I'd have to go into my other account to do that, and I'm too lazy, and I just don't care enough. Do you like clowns? The Batman Joker joke Batman. I think the Joker's cool. I think he's a good villain. I've watched that one 2019, I think it was 2019 Joker movie, and I thought that one was really good. My sister said I wasn't gonna like it because didn't seem like the type of movie I would like, but I actually quite liked it. I actually don't even know how we got in that theater. I think we just straight up lied about being 18. He hates my kind, Donald Trump. Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is with Trump is like, I don't like. I know I said I didn't want to get political, but I can't really. I can't. I don't like the guy, and I don't want to say I like him. I don't like him. Just to be clear. I don't like him as a president or as a person, but that's my personal opinion. And it's not just the political stuff, like what he does as the leader of the or as the one who represents our country, but it's also like him as a person. He's just had so many associations with like Jeffrey Epstein, and we know Jeffrey Epstein's a convicted sex offender. And I don't want to say just be, you know. No. I'm sorry, Velvet, not this world. But like, I don't want to say, I don't like him anyways, but even if I did like him, I wouldn't want to say I support him because just because I think it's pretty clear he had something to do with Epstein, and I just can't support someone at all who's done probably horrible things. There's just so much evidence against him. I'm sorry, but no, Velvet. You can play on the server. I think it's still up. I think. Maybe. I might have to pay for it again. I don't know what happened. I feel like we just haven't played a lot. I kind of lost interest pretty quick. Server yeah. If you want, I can reopen it really fast and you can play on it, but I mean, I had to get a new card because someone was using my card, and yeah, I had to cancel it and get a new one. Unfortunately. Alright. Well, I just got a bunch of wood. Now I'm going to sleep. And I go to the trial chamber. It's pretty far away, so it's gonna be quite the distance. That's so funny. I'm looking to learn. I'm learning to play combat on Bedrock. I mean, I don't really know. I don't do much PvP, but it's pretty simple. Like you just click and point at something. But if you want like more technical stuff, I'm not really the type of person to talk to about that. So I don't really focus much on combat in this game. I focus more on the survival aspect. But I would probably try to get good with the mace or the spear, because those are both very powerful tools if you use them correctly. That's what I've seen. Use wind charges and the mace together. Those things are a great combination. And put breach on it too if you're fighting players, because breach will allow you to penetrate their armor and not have to. Oh, speaking of armor, I need to go repair my stuff. But yeah, those are like the best tips I can give, and coming from someone who hasn't done much PvP. So I do like the occasional Skywars match with my friend. Why are you typing Y, Juan Carlos? What are you saying Y to? You saw the Joker got the bombs, Joker? What? What do you mean? Are you talking about like Joker Folie à Deux? I've seen Joker Folie à Deux. No, I haven't actually. I lied. I have not seen Joker Folie à Deux, but I've heard it was like not that good. Unfortunately. You know, I was actually thinking about going to see it, but as soon as I heard it was low-key musical, I just lost interest completely. Like it was instantaneous. There's a lot of ways you can like define being good at survival mode, but if you're talking about just like not dying, just be careful. Play it safe. There's a lot of that goes into it. Like if you are trying to go into like a big cave and there's a bunch of mobs, just play it really safe. Like kill one at a time, light stuff up. Try to get iron armor at least really quickly. I didn't go to my enchantment table. Batman, Superman. But like, I don't know, just villagers are really good. Use villagers. You can get diamond tools and armor from them if you don't want to go caving. But yeah. Use bows too. You can take enemies out before they can even know you were there. So yeah, there's some factors to it for sure. Oi, Instagram.com. Juan Carlos, what do you mean by Batman Superman? Batman Superman? I'm confused. That's 3. That's 3. That was 3 too, right? I can't remember. Okay, our armor's fully mended now, pretty much. So we're doing pretty good, I'd say. Alright, we're gonna go to the trial chamber now. I don't think there's anything I really need. I'm just gonna need to kill the mobs that are there. I'm not gonna do like an ominous trial. I think I've gotten all the vaults too, so there's no point, really. Check it look really good. Look at our base. It's beautiful. It's gonna be so much better. But what's his name? Derek, if you're still here, if you want, there's which one? Come here, Cleo. But if you want to, if I can give you any advice for how you can continue to play a single world for so long, the best advice I could give is just build a lot of buildings. I know Minecraft is a building game, so duh. But like, what I mean is like build a building for something as simple as like a storage or whatever, or you know, storing crops. Velvet, no. It's never going, not on this world specifically. It'll never be. It'll only be me. Yeah, have a girlfriend. I do have a girlfriend. She's at work right now currently. She's working till midnight, so I'm gonna be here for like the next 2 hours, just about. But yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's just never. This is just me on this world forever. No one else. Never ever. When GF reveal? Good question. I haven't posted any videos with her in it, I think. She's also at work, so probably not tonight. I don't think she likes being on camera that much, which is fair. I'm not. Like I said, Haas. I've already said the Oiled Up stream is on May 26, 2026. You got a few months to wait, but it'll be there. Do you want to kiss your girl? Well, I do kiss her. I do like kissing her. And right now, if she was here, I'd want to kiss her, but she's not here, so I can't do that. You can kiss me. Bet. 7. What are you saying, Juan Carlos? Not the cave noise. Not gonna lie, if Minecraft added like a horror mob based on caves, like something like the creaking but in the caves, I think a lot of people would play the game. And everyone knows how popular those horror mods are. So if they made them, but with like vanilla Minecraft, I think they've already done stuff like that too. The creaking is pretty much a horror mob. Like it's pretty much that, or at least it might as well be. Okay, now the only thing. Oh, this is wax copper, right? Yes. Okay, it's waxed. Good. I knew it was waxed, but I'm just making sure. So like I said, we're gonna need to grab quite a bit of this. I'm also gonna grab some copper bulbs, specifically the ones that aren't wax yet. That one's kind of oxidized because when we actually wax this back to like full, it's gonna get rid of the bee stuff too. So I'd rather. You like ice cream this summer? I do like ice cream. It's quite a delicious little treat, I would say. I could incorporate some of this stuff. Wax chiseled copper. Like I bet I could put this in some of the floor, make it look better. Yeah, I'll grab just copper everything. Can I turn this into copper ingots? Yeah. This is probably why copper can't really get a great use like iron has. Because you can just mine so much copper from a trial chamber out. It kind of sucks that they made it better for building though. Alright, here's a full one. Good. He said here we go. Guns. What about guns? Like, do I like using guns? Because the answer is, yeah, guns are fun. That's my answer. I mean, I've grew up, obviously as an American, I've grew up and I've had a lot of experience with guns. Not in the school setting, thankfully. But, well, kind of, sort of, I guess. A few false alarms here and there, but nothing. Robin, no, I'm not Robin. But, I mean, I've shot guns before. My dad goes hunting. I used to do hunting too. I don't know. Call me a short attention span, brain rotted person, but I just think that hunting is kind of boring. Oh, actually, it's not the fact that it's boring. It's that I'm scared. Cause the fact that a bear could pull up on me and I may or may not be able to do anything about that, it scares me. It really does. I don't want to. I mean, the chances of look, if I had a rifle that could kill a deer in one shot, I could certainly I can probably hit a bear and kill it, or scare it at least. But still, the fact that a bear could even get close to me while I'm hunting is enough of a discouragement for me to not want to do it. But also, I never really had any luck. I never got even close to getting one when I tried to go hunting. I guess that's like a really shitty excuse to use. But you know what? I don't know. Do you like fishing? I mean, I haven't done much fishing in my life, but I did fish one. I remember one time I did go fishing with my stepdad. I caught a rockfish, which is interesting. I remember bragging about it because I was a dumb little kid. Because I was the only one who caught anything that day. Hey! You need to be nice. What are you doing? Stop it. You don't need to hiss at her. And Precious is in the closet, but Cleo was too, and so she was hissing at her. Kitty! What are you doing, Precious? Do you want to get down? Do you want to get down? She's not down there anymore. Do you want to get down, kitty? No? You don't want to come down? Oh. But I think at some point I want to go fishing again. I don't know when. But someday. So I need like, I think kids. What does that mean? Cats and dogs. I think, me personally, I like both cats and dogs, but I prefer cats a bit more. Simply because, I don't know, I think I grew up with both cats and dogs, but I just ended up liking cats a bit more, I think. Cats are like pretty low stimulation animals. Like not much happens when you're talking to them. They're pretty chill, well, except for these idiots. But, generally, I like cats a bit more. Pretty much. I'm so glad all this copper is here, by the way. This whole process of building this thing would take so much more. Are you okay? Damn. This whole process of building this thing would take so much longer if I couldn't mine all this copper out. It really would. Do I believe in Jesus Christ? Good question, good question. But unfortunately, I'm assuming that you are a religious man yourself, but me personally, I am not religious. I'm not saying that I don't believe in God necessarily, I'm just saying I'm not religious. So, I don't practice Christianity or any other religion for that matter. I think God could exist. The way I see it, anything is possible. Me personally, I don't practice religious stuff though. But I'm not saying he doesn't exist. That's basically the gist of it. Not a religious man myself. But I think Jesus could very well exist. Just like Allah. Is Allah the same God as God? Or are they different? I don't know. But like I said, I think he could, or he could not. Either way, I have no way of knowing. So I'd rather just, I guess, assume maybe not. I don't know. Good God, Dark Souls, Dark Souls. I don't necessarily play Dark Souls, if that's what you're asking. I've heard of Dark Souls, and I've heard it was really hard. I've played harder games too. Not like harder than Dark Souls, but just like hard on overall harder games, like out of the grand scheme of games. Like I've beaten Cuphead like 3 times. And I'm sure that if I've beaten Cuphead 3 times, I could probably beat Dark Souls once. I would hope at least. Yeah. But I like to try Dark Souls out one time. I gotta take these guys out. What was that? Swiftness potion? Got Arc Raiders? No. I've not actually played Arc Raiders. I've heard it's pretty good though. Now the thing is with Arc Raiders, and you might make fun of me for saying this, but I've heard that they've used some, like, I think AI, like for voices or something. And I don't know if I'd want to play a game that does that. It might be, I don't know. Call me woke or annoying if you want, but I'd rather play a game that was completely made by humans, and not, I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like, it's just too sus for me, cause like even if they've only said that they've used it for some things, but what if they've used it for a lot more than what they're saying, you know? I might play it one day, but not for a while. Do I like the devil? Good morning, I believe that the devil. Are you? I do not like the devil. If the devil is real, I don't like him. Because, obviously, he's the devil. You're not supposed to like him. He's evil. I think. Or he's a fallen angel. Yeah. I mean, I get a lot of people don't care. But me personally, as someone who wants to become a video game developer, I'm never going to use AI to, like, make the game for me. I'll do it all myself. But I mean, you know, like I said, I'm not completely opposed to trying the game. I won't try it now, but if my friends told me like, hey, get Arc Raiders now, I'll be like, okay, fine, I'll buy the game, fine. But I'm not gonna try it on my own, probably. Mainly because if I tried to play it on my own, I probably wouldn't have much fun, because it's a multiplayer game. Not that I don't like multiplayer games, but multiplayer games are infinitely more fun when you have friends to play with. Like, I've played Fortnite for a long time, but a majority of my time spent on that game is with my friends. You'll never catch me playing solos. Especially now. Not that Fortnite's a bad game. It's so much more fun when you have friends to play with and fuck around with. But that's like literally for every game, so it's not anything against the game. 2K your voice, you gave you a voice. Well, Juan Carlos, I'm not gonna lie. I've been able to interpret everything else you said, at least in some way, but I have no clue what that even means. Whoops. Is this enough copper? Honestly, okay. I want to fill up this stack, and I think that'll probably be plenty of copper for this build. I'm so glad that trial chambers use wax copper too, because this would take like so fucking long to do if I couldn't just mine all the copper. Okay, gotta keep in mind that I can't grab these because they've been de-waxed. Balance alert. $177, bruh. Low-key, when I said balance alert, I got really worried because I thought someone had taken more money out of my account, somehow getting my new card. So by that was a crazy story. So basically what happened is I saw like a $70 charge on my phone, and I was like, wait, that's not right. I don't think there's anything I spent $70 on. And it was like an Amazon Prime payment or something. Which, by the way, I don't even have Prime anymore. I used to have it, but I don't have it anymore. So that was just weird, obviously. I think I have enough copper bulbs actually, cause you need 15. I need 3 for each corner of it, but then I'm gonna grab extra though, if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna grab extra copper bulbs if I can find any. So there's plenty here. There's like 2 right here. But yeah, when I saw that payment, I haven't had Prime for a long time. I just don't need it, so I don't see the reason in having it. So obviously, you know, I get rid of it because I don't use it anymore. Amethyst. I'll actually take this because now I'm gonna have a storage compartment for that specifically, so I'll have room for it. Yeah. I said I was gonna put a video on. I still haven't done that yet. What's up here? I don't really want to go too far over here. Yeah, not down there especially. There's baby zombies that are gonna spawn down there. I don't want to deal with that. I think I only needed like 15 anyways. So I've got plenty. I don't really even know about this wax shields of copper. I haven't really picked much of that up. Oh, they both went in this bro, huh? At least one of them did. How's it going? I'll probably put a few of these copper, like these wax shields of copper, in the top part of the roof, just for a little extra decoration. But I'm going to leave now. I got all the copper I needed. Probably plus more too. So there's a lot of copper. Honestly, I might actually be able to start making the thing today. You know, like I said, I don't know how long it's gonna take me, but maybe I'll grab some tuff while I'm here too. I suppose it wouldn't be that bad of an idea. But honestly, what I might do is I might just go to my base, go down to my mine shaft, and mine tuff out of there, because it's right there. But I guess if there's a vein of tuff anywhere near here, then I suppose it wouldn't be a bad idea to mine it out. Like, I know that I only had to fight mobs like once actually. I saw a video too online that pointed out the weird generation around trial chambers, and I didn't notice it until now, but like this is very clearly a trial chamber. Like I could dig down into this and it would, if I dug down like 3 blocks or so, I think I would find it. Is that deep slate coal? It's like, huh, that looks funny. I guess I know why now. Going up. Wait, why did I get rid of that? Okay, before I go back up, I'm gonna find a video to put on. Exactly 2 hours.
Invincible thought they were being sneaky, but I called it. You're not slipping past me. There were two scenes in season 3 that caught my eye, and they changed everything about the Invincible show. This confirms without a shadow of a doubt that Viltrumites have super speed. Not flight speed like when Almiron ripped up the flags of planet by building up the speed with light. Like legit Red Rush, the Flash, and Quicksilver type speed. The key is, they're not just fast. They can perceive time in slow motion and move normally, if not faster, within their perception. Anyone who has watched my other videos when I talk about speedsters know exactly what I'm talking about. But a good example of this is when the Flash fought Batman in the 2023 Flash movie. It takes zero skill for this. If you remember, this was Young Barry, and he had these powers for like a day. Another good example is literally any X-Men Quicksilver scene. You can go around time almost completely frozen while being able to move freely in that perception. Same with Metro Man, who's a perfect example. He's kind of more of an Omni-Man or Superman type of character. All these speedsters that I listed can perceive time slowed because they're moving so fast that they have faster perception and can move beyond perception. So you can see how overpowered their power is, right? Now, how do I know for sure that Oliver, Invincible, and the other Viltrumites have this type of super speed? Although they don't show us their perspectives with the speed mode like the examples I gave, the actions they perform with their super speed can only be done with a fast perception. You can't just D-pants 3 people in a second at super speed without a fast perception. While moving at super speed, you have to grab the pants with your fist, rip them off, and do that 3 times. Nor could Mark clean all this shit up in 1 second without it. I think there's another scene where Omni-Man used super speed to clean up his underground when he's getting it in with Debbie, and I think Mark uses it too in a similar situation. I'll put the clips in if I find it. Also, with the Oliver clip, how did Oliver eating concrete after failing his alley attempt hurt at all? And anyone look at Mark? Isn't this the same kid who smacked Robin with Markman's? It was the last gonna be. I still don't understand you want to refer back to the Flash movie again. This movie was banned by the worst movie in scenes to show the time. So like the clip shows, it's a fraction of a second, but everyone knows with the speedster that shit's just screaming go before you pick it up from one down. Omni-Man has also shown his super speed a couple of times. Am I getting it? Why does this matter? Well, now that the show has given us enough evidence to prove that Viltrumites are better speedsters than us as fast
Okay. So I don't know if this is gonna be enough Dark Oak logs, but that's a pretty good start, I would argue. What we need to do now is we need to grab a lot of tough. You know what? Most of the stuff we need just breaks down to like 3 different materials for the most part. Mainly just stone, wood, copper. Mainly stone and wood. More specifically tough. That's because tough is what makes up most of the walls. And I think we already checked in a creative copy. We don't have a lot of tough. I mean, if you look in here, we got like 2 stacks. I mean, that's not a negligible amount. That's still actually a decent amount of tough, I'd say. So we'll keep that on us. As far as stone goes, I mean, we can take the bricks, the brick walls. It's really all we can take, though. We won't need slabs. We just need straight up stone blocks. So, yeah, we'll just take whatever tough we have. I don't know how much tough I'm gonna need. It's gonna make up most of the roof, so let's just say we'll grab like 10 or 11 stacks. That horse Loki scared me. I didn't. Oh my god, this guy's quick, isn't he? Oh, hold on. Zombob, I need to take that saddle off you. How fast is this damn horse? I think he's still like the same speed as Beltarna. Might be a little bit faster. Huh. Maybe. I'll keep him around. I got plenty of saddles anyways. Or, sorry, leads. I got plenty of leads anyways, so why not?
Yeah, them being touched by or not being able to easily feed non-speedsters on the regular is just wild. But back to the video. Another example is when Mark was getting bent over in front of the baddie and Nissa. She showed up by one-shotting this thing with super speed, and she was fine while doing it. She was also using super speed every time she hit Mark while she was double walking him. This is slightly off topic, but if I'm Mark and Nissa came down and told me to hand over Earth, I'm gonna be honest, I'm cracking. I'm giving it up for her. Anyway, remember back in season 1 when Mark first went over
Okay. We grab some tough now. I mainly just need tough, like by itself, polished tough, tough bricks, and well, that's kind of it actually. Just 3, just those 3. A lot of slabs too. Now, there's an interesting topic to discuss. I'd said out earlier I was still playing a little bit of Fortnite nowadays. And something that came up I saw a little bit ago was that starting with like chapter 6 season 4 or chapter 5 season 4, they would start bringing back old battle pass stuff after like about a year and a half into the item shop for players to purchase. And to be honest, I think that excluding players from getting a certain item, cosmetic or skin or whatever, because they didn't play like 5 years ago is just dumb. Like I get people really like their exclusive and rare skins. I get that. But I just don't think it's fair how people can be excluded from getting like Omega or Black Knight because they didn't play at a specific time like 8 years ago by this point. Well, probably not 8 years exactly. I don't know exactly when, but and this is coming from someone who has every battle pass in chapter 1 from season 4 to season 9. So I've maxed out almost completely. I've maxed out season 4, season 5, season 6, season 7, season 8, season 9. I bought all those battle passes, maxed them, and that's from chapter 1. Me personally, if they brought Omega back to the item shop and I saw some people running around, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be like, oh, that's cool. People who may have wanted that skin for the longest time now actually can't have this skin. I just don't get, like, it's just not fair, you know? And I would also like, there's a few skins and stuff that I would like to have, like, I have most of the Toon skins, like Toon Meowscles, Bushy, and Peely, but I'd love to get Tuna Fish. And if you wanted to let people know, like, hey, I got this skin when it came out initially, you could just have them, you could just release Tuna Fish without the, like, the selectable ink styles, and just have it be just a black and white. That would be enough for me, personally. And speaking of which, when they brought Renegade Raider back to the item shop, they gave the people who had Renegade Raider originally a style, I think. So the people who had it weren't just, like, completely disregarded. You still had a style that you could wear to let people know, hey, I had this skin originally. Fear me, or whatever. And I think that's the way to do it, you know? I'd love it if they brought old Battle Pass stuff back. I think there should be maybe a punishment for not being in this season, but I think it should at the very least be available for someone to buy, you know? Whether it's through the item shop or fucking whatever. I just think it's just stupid. That's my take on it. A lot of people who argue against it, they're either people who have a bunch of OG stuff and want to be seen and respected because they've been playing for a long time, or they just, I don't know, they're annoying and they're like, no one deserves this skin but me because I played. It's like, if you genuinely think that that would be a problem, even if they gave you a style, and I think you just need to grow up. At the end of the day, it's a skin. And while it might not be rare if they don't give you a style for it anymore, then it's just a skin, you know? There's other ways you can prove you played since back then. I have an emoticon from Season 2. I used to use that a lot because I cared a lot about when I started playing the game. But now I just don't care. I wear whatever skin I like to wear. That looks cool. I feel like Fortnite for the longest time, they tried to do like similar skins to the ones that were in the battle passes. Like there's Summer Midas and what's the girl version of Midas's name? I can't remember. But there's that one and then the girl version of Midas. There's skins similar to him. And I've bought both of them. I quite like them. I would still like buy the season 2 chapter 2 season 2 battle pass if I could. But yeah, ultimately, me personally, I think that we shouldn't be restricting people to playing a specific period of time to get a skin. And if you really care that much, give them a style so people know that you played since that point. They did it with Renegade Raider. I don't see why they wouldn't do it with like season 2's battle pass stuff. That's my opinion. If you disagree, I'm interested to know why. Because I feel like there's not a lot of argument points for this one. You're either for it or you're against it. There's no in between. And I'm for it, personally. And at this point, like, I feel like, I don't know. Me, I don't know. Fortnite's like, I feel like it's kind of lost the plot almost. And this might sound like a really, like, old head take, but like, I just don't care about the Fortnite story. I feel like, a lot of games, like, they have lore attached to them, but I just don't care. It's like, I just want to play the game and have fun. Like, Call of Duty Zombies is one of those games that I'm like, yeah, the lore is cool and the characters are cool from it, but like, I don't really care what happens in the story. As long as the maps are fun, and as long as the game as a whole is good, that's what I care about. I just feel like it's so complicated, and I just think the type of storytelling that they have just isn't very interesting to me, because you have to like tell it over years and years. It's not like Red Dead Redemption 2 where like they tell you the story when you play the game. It's like, in that case, that game really, the story is released as a whole and is done because it's been developed with the game itself. But in this scenario here, the story just doesn't seem to have an end. At least with Fortnite. I think the COD Zombies story ended already. At least the mainline story. But Fortnite's lore has been going on for so long, and I feel like back in Chapter 1, yo, that's a good idea, I should play Minecraft. I feel like back in Chapter 1, it's like, the story was simple-ish, like, it was easy to follow. I think the events, the reason why I think the story was good back then was because there's events that happened that felt so cool because we had never gotten anything like it. And, you know, with the cool events that happen every once in a while, and sometimes even gameplay things were introduced, like the event where you were able to choose which weapon to unvault, that was sick as fuck, dude. Like, you could unvault the drum gun. The drum gun was unvaulted, but I wanted the tactical SMG back, but the drum gun was fine too. That was such a cool event. But now I don't even know when the next event is for Battle Royale. It feels like Battle Royale is just like the surface of Fortnite now. It's like they do it, but out of obligation because of it's part of the tagline, Fortnite Battle Royale. I mean, they do a good job, I think. I think the Chapter 7 map is fine. But, I mean, think about it. We're on Chapter 7. We're on Chapter 7. We're spending only a year with these maps. Not 2, not 2.5. Just 4 seasons, that's it. You know, and the thing is with that is it just doesn't allow players to get attached to the map at all. Like me personally, I didn't really care that much about Chapter 4's map or Chapter 5. Granted, I only played like 2 seasons of Chapter 4, 1 season of Chapter 5. But it's not just because of the limited time I had with them, but it's also just because I think they abandoned Fortnite's original art style, which is kind of like cartoony-ish, in favor of a more realistic style. It's still not quite realistic, but it's still like a little too realistic by Fortnite standards, in my opinion, for it to be like the best style. I think, me personally, my favorite style that Fortnite's ever had was Chapter 3's. I think they mix enough of the cartoony style from Season 3, or from like Chapter 2, Chapter 1, but they also had some more realistic elements in there. Also, what happened to the weather? Do you guys remember the weather events back in Chapter 3? There was like tornadoes and stuff. Those were cool. Why did they get rid of those? Anyways, I was watching a video, but I started yapping. So let me go. Well, actually, hold on. What else do we need to grab? There we got a lot of tuff, we got a lot of copper, we got a lot of spruce or dark oak, sorry. So what do we need to grab? Now, exactly. I think we could probably get started, at least on the frame. Like, this is quite a lot. So I think that's what I'll do. I can't really think of anything. Obviously, we're going to need to grab more. We're going to need to get far more wood for chests, but I want to actually start getting ready for the build.
It comes back, and I really do think that is the majority, but I guess Epic Games are the only ones who truly know. They're the ones who sent out the survey, but I think they should send it out to pretty much everybody who has surveys enabled for their emails, because, I mean, I didn't get a survey, and I would absolutely say that they should bring back old battle passes. But anyways, the point is, this is a brand new feature that, if it does end up happening, it could be an interesting way to bring back old skins, and then also introduce some
had to check out as looks.
So it wasn't exactly what everyone originally thought, where you could get literally any item you want, as long as you have a battle star to pay for it, essentially. But if they were to add it like this, I think this would be an interesting way. I mean, you would have to have a Fortnite crew subscription.
Wait, this is the wrong world.
Something like that. So you would need that, and then you could just go back and claim old battle pass skins that you've already purchased, or like the actual battle pass themselves. I don't know.
Oh no. One, two, three, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Okay. Yep. Yep. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then the first 3 column pillar, and then 5 blocks in between each one. And there's 3 pillars. What happened to the finals? I remember when the finals was still trending. I played it a little bit. I thought it was alright. Is there still a lot of people playing that game now? That's what my question is. I'm sure there's a dedicated player base to it. Like I bet it's a great game. Yeah, I'll say that. It's an interesting little take on the shooter genre. Oh, hold on. Okay, let me go ahead and grab another stack of logs out of here. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3. There we go. Where have you come from, buddy? Yeah. They didn't spawn down here, did they? You know, the thing is with battle passes too is I think they're great because it's good for the player and the company. It's a great value for your money. And you get players to spend money on your game too because you're giving them a good amount of value for how much they're spending. It's a great system for both the player and the company. But I think making them exclusive, it just makes do they gain more from it? Like, I guess they make you spend more money if you want the battle pass now, but you just started playing this season. I don't know. I just don't like the fear of missing out. Because it works. It works way too good. That's the problem with it. Is it works too good. It's just too good. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, it does. So this is basically the entire size of the building. It's a decently large building, not too crazy though. You know, you'd be surprised how big a storage building would have to realistically be if you wanted to store like thousands of items. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Another reason why I think they should bring the old battle passes back is because of collab skins. Cause like there's so many skins that were just locked to battle passes. Like I think like Iron Man, Aaron Yeager, Spider Gwen, Geralt of something. It's the Witcher guy. You know, there's so many things locked to battle passes that were like icons in gaming or anime or TV shows, and it's just dumb how they're locked to that because you can't get those anymore. You can't get them anymore because they're just locked behind that time wall, I guess is what you could call it. It's just impossible, and I just think it's so stupid. You know, it's one thing to have like Black Knight or Renegade Raider be locked behind playing a certain time. That's fine, I guess, because they're original skins. They can do what they want with them. But these are fucking crazy, dude. It's crazy how they're locking some iconic characters from different IPs behind a time frame, I guess. It's just you shouldn't do that. I don't think that's how that should go. I'm gonna grab like all the logs. Anyways.
But when it comes down to original skins, they definitely can do whatever they want with it. It does not matter if they had some sort of timer on it. It really doesn't matter. But going back to this original post, I think if they really want to expand on the Fortnite crew system, I think that could be an interesting way to do it. Now, I wonder if this would work in a way where you could just basically complete full battle pass. I mean, it says unclaim the battle pass cosmetics, but did you actually have to get to that level, or is it just unlocking? Like, I don't exactly know how this would work. I guess they don't even know truly because it's probably just an idea right now. But for example, did you have to get to tier 100 in order to buy the battle pass? Now you can claim it, or is it just skins that you just didn't reach the certain level to get, and now you have access to getting them yet again? Would you have to level up a certain amount of times in the current season in order to do that, in order to claim them, or to just give them to you just because you owned the battle pass in the past and now you have a crew subscription as well? I don't exactly know, but when it comes down to it, I think it's a step in the right direction. But again, I still think they should just flat out bring them back like finals. It's the best way, and I don't know why anybody got involved with this personally. And for anybody, I always have to make this disclaimer, and I don't understand why it even matters. Like every single old battle pass, as you can see, well, I don't know if it's gameplay with the Black Shield, but I mean that just I don't care if the Black Knight ever returned and everyone can access this amazing skin. It does not matter to me. This skin, and even if they would build a replacement for Elvis himself, any of that stuff, it has a
Okay. Call Thailand was my voice. Trying to give me PTSD, I see. This is working. Good job.
whatever item you wanted. Like, they don't usually give credits for certain items as much. I mean, it depends on the game, I guess, but usually, I think of Call of Duty, for example. When they have loot boxes in the game, you can always just open up a box and still have the chance to get something, even if it's old and considered rare. You have the chance of getting it. You have zero chance of ever getting Black Knight as of today without a specific exchange for Black Knight in this place. That's incredible. Because they got this cool DLC, a cool system, get access to old battle pass tiers, so you can potentially claim old items that you just never claimed before.
I need to go get my scaffolding. Also, I'm not even done with the frame yet, and I think I'm already almost out of I may also hold on. This is a good spot for it, right? I think I like this spot. There's not really much variation I could choose. It's gonna take up most of this land anyways. Yeah, this is fine. What the heck is this? Hmm. Hmm.
I'll wait for him to get.
No. Hmm.
The locker system in Fortnite used to be one of the best handled things. Whenever you used to go into your locker, you could clearly see where everything was, and everything was laid out perfectly. You knew where your skin was, where your backbling was, pickaxe, you had your rifle. There wasn't all this lace and good outward fanciness. Fortnite wants to go in a messy direction. In the years we've had, many different rules were changing.
Okay. Okay. I filled out these corners just because, but basically, um, I think that's how it's gonna work, right? There you go, see. Let's go to worlds. I can't really tell from looking on there, unfortunately, but oh no, it's not like that. Okay, there is no. It just goes like this. Okay, I see now. I also need to see this. So this is like frames, and then it goes 1 block in front of that. You know, something I also want to. Ah, never mind. I'll do that later. Do it, he farting. What? Oh, thank you for liking though. Appreciate that. Whoops. Okay. Direction. Okay. Hmm. Ah, fuck. 5 minutes. Alright, so a lot of the building is already done. There's a few more things we gotta do. Like right now, I'm gonna go put all the copper up there in the slots here. It's not entirely done, but I'm just gonna put it all like right here. I'm so glad that there was copper chests, man, or wax copper there already. It makes this just so much better, or you know, so much easier to do, because I didn't have to worry about getting enough beeswax to wax all these copper bits. And again, the reason why I want them waxed is because if I have them waxed, then I can they'll stay this color forever if they're waxed. If they weren't waxed, well, they would switch back. That's not good. So, wait, do I have more? There's things I can do. I need to. I don't have a lot of time left, so my like I said, my time is limited here. That being said, I do want to do a few more things. Like the chests here, I need to put stairs here. I don't have the chests down yet. But we're actually making very good progress here, I would say. Because we already got pretty much all the texturing for the walls done, which arguably takes the most time out of anything. It's the most annoying thing, but it's very necessary. It is absolutely necessary because it looks really nice. But everything else is mostly done. I need slabs. I don't, not like this many, I need more. I'm gonna just turn all this into that. What else do I need here? I'm trying to think. Right, these. I'm gonna need a lot more of these, specifically for the, I'm gonna need a lot more. What's it called? I'm gonna need a lot more fence gates for this build. And trapdoors. But mostly fence gates. Fence gates is what's gonna take the most of my materials. Thankfully, though, shouldn't be a problem. I hope not. As a matter of fact, we could probably just break that, and then we could put wax copper blocks right here. No, I just got. That's so annoying. That was the one I got rid of. I gotta be careful. That's what I gotta do. Okay. Okay. That'll be it. We gotta go, and I gotta go pick up my girlfriend from work. But we made some great progress today. This is definitely gonna be a two-parter. I actually didn't think I was even gonna get this far. Hell, I might have actually even finished it had I finished this design a little bit faster. But yeah, we've got a lot of it done. It's not quite done yet, so it doesn't look that great yet, but I mean, yeah, we're doing great. We're doing great. We still gotta add all the chests. We still gotta build the copper golems section. Maybe part 3 will have to be necessary depending on how long the next stream is. But thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna sleep in a minute here because I am tired. After I go pick up my girlfriend, of course.